a study Bible that went from digital to paper. Welcome to Bible on the Go with Dr. Dan and our monthly review of Bibles and study Bibles. And this time, it's something we've never done before because there's never been a Bible like this. The makers of Logos Bible software began their company in 1992, if I'm not mistaken, and they were light years ahead of many of the other companies because they envisioned a time in which they could have tremendous infographics, charts, and digitized cross-references on multiple platforms. And Logos took off in grand fashion. But one of the things they did was they created an online presence to try to get feature parity between their desktop version. And so if you had a license with Logos, you could see all your resources on the web when you signed in with your credentials. Along about this time, they had this brilliant idea of a free online study Bible. They called it the Faithlife Study Bible. They liked the term Faithlife so much they changed the name of the corporation from Logos Software Systems to Faithlife. And yet they built out this digital study Bible in such a way that it could always be updated and they could put all their fancy infographics and tables and charts in it. And they did, and it's still available today if you sign up for a Faithlife account at faithlife.com, and you have access to this free study Bible that you can put on your phone, on your desktop, or on your tablet. Around 2012, I don't know who contacted who. Zondervan contacted Logos, or Logos contacted Zondervan. I don't know. But they decided to take all that beautiful, wonderful Faithlife Study Bible that was built for an online presence and put it in paper. The NIV Faithlife Study Bible. I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely amazed. And I got my hands on one, and it was hefty like a regular study Bible. And I just thought it would be fun to look at this Bible in paper that's free digitally on multiple devices. Well, let's start looking at it. So here's one of the things I wanted to point out right at the very beginning. It tells you kind of what their vision was. It says, we began in 2011 with a desire to design a study Bible for the digital age. The following year, we launched the initial project on multiple platforms, mobile, web, and desktop, available at faithlifebible.com. From the beginning, we were committed to expanding and revising the study Bible in an effort to continuously improve it. FSB eventually would involve dozens of contributors and build on the insights of two of our other resources, the Lexham Bible Dictionary, which is vast, and the DIY Bible Study. Nearly every note in the Faithlife Study Bible has been expanded and reshaped by multiple people, and it goes on and on. I'm telling you, this is groundbreaking. It started as a digital study Bible, which still exists, and now we have it in paper. And it's, look at that. And it even says, filled with innovative graphics. And that's true. They've got some amazing designers there at Faithlife, and you're gonna be as amazed as I was going through this Bible. I think it's cool. Right at the very beginning, we have extensive articles on how to study the Bible. And it makes sense that a Bible software company would want you to get enthused about studying the Bible. And look at this broad timeline. This is the NIV, but it includes the Faithlife Scholarship. Look how many events are on this timeline. It's really something, and good. I just have to admit that being so familiar with Logos as well as Accordance, when I looked at the graphics, I thought, those hyperlinks don't work on paper. Okay, so anyway, look at this beautiful infographic. I'm in Genesis 1. Look at this. Ancient Hebrew conception of the universe. Isn't that awesome? Look at that. I mean, that's just beautiful. I'm not kidding. It is really neat to have it in paper. That's why paper I don't think will ever go away, because you can find a high-speed study note in a study Bible and see something in paper holding it in your hand, and then you can look it up in your online platform and highlight it there, and it'll highlight across all passages. And I've got something else I'm going to mention later, but I'll talk about the Bible. Look at this. Look at this. A family tree, a beautiful animated family tree of the patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and all the sons of Jacob. It's awesome right here in the Faithlife Study Bible. Here's a good example in the book of Exodus about with the infographics. Look at this. Egyptian chariots. And it gives you not just accurate, detailed, color splashed thing on it, but it also gives you lots of information. And the notes, and I have to mention this while I'm here, we've got the text is primary in two beautiful columns, and then a very beautiful green divider bar to separate the text from the notes, and then a grayscale notes with bolded references. You can't really ask for anything better. The notes are very scholarly, and they're very reliable for the Christian faith. In Leviticus, look at this. I try to tell people that all the feasts and festivals are in Leviticus 23, but in the Faithlife Study Bible, they've created a beautiful chart that shows all of them. It gives the festival, the time of celebration, and the scripture references. And again, in the digital format, those references would be hyperlinks that would just pop up. Okay, in Genesis, we get this beautiful timeline or genealogy chart of the patriarchs. I'm in Numbers, and I get the Levites according to, how does it say it? According to the second census. Look at that. Look how extensive that is and how clear and clean it is, along with the beautiful NIV 2011 text in. And I'm skipping over a lot because there's so much here. All right. Remember I said something about scholarship? These scholars for Faithlife Corporation enlisted other scholars from all these other study Bibles. And so you get things like an infographic of the Mesha Stela, which was one of the great archaeological finds of the 20th century. And down here, a simple chart about the Omride dynasty of the northern kingdom of Israel after the split. And so plenty of stuff in this thing. And of course the colors are nice. Here's another one in Isaiah, another great archaeological find, the Tel Dan Stela, which actually shows you right here where it says House of David, right? Absolutely wonderful. And you can see how they put it in the notes, always keeping your focus on the biblical text, which any believer could always appreciate. And then, I'm not finished, let me tell you. Look at this. Here I am in Jeremiah, just minding my own business, reading the book of Jeremiah, and I come upon this beautiful green and shaded, easy on the eyes, oracles against the nations in Isaiah. The nation, what Isaiah said, what Jeremiah said, what Ezekiel said, what the minor prophets said. What a wonderful way to capture the prophetic message in a chart on the oracles of the nations. I haven't seen anything like this before. I mean, I've seen some beautiful tables if you've been paying attention to my Bible reviews, but I'm telling you, this is fantastic. Okay? Now, this is a good example of each book introduction. Like all good study Bibles, you got to have strong, clean, clear, thoughtful, and historically accurate introductions to each book. And the Faithlife Study Bible doesn't disappoint on this vein. Here I am in Joel. I have a very interesting map, inlaid map, this is the way they do their maps. I mean, they look good, not quite the detail that you'd see in some of the other study Bibles, but still pointing out the high points. And you can always appreciate a good flyover, right? And what I have, introduction to Joel, background, a simple outline, but what's the best about this is dates related to Joel. Not just the dates about Joel, but what was happening around Joel. And every single book in the Faith Life Study Bible has this amazing thing, and it's good information. Any different way that you can look at it, it's going to be grand, and it's going to help. It's going to help add to your Bible knowledge. Okay, look at this. I'm in Matthew. Oh my goodness. Look at the bottom, beneath the notes is this beautiful timeline of the early life and ministry of Jesus right here in Matthew when you're starting the New Testament. You just can't ask for anything better than that visually. Now, I've got just a couple other things to show you. There's so much in here. And honestly, you can sign up with a Faith Life Study Bible account for free and have access to all this information and have it on several devices. But I'm digressing. Let's look at this. Look at this. I'm in John. And I have another different colored chart, but beautiful miracles of Jesus. And what do I have? The miracle in Matthew and Mark and Luke and John. So a harmony of the miracles of Jesus. Fantastic. Okay? And then over here, dates. And the thing is, when you get to the book of Acts, there's so much going on in the book of Acts that it's hard to keep up from scene to scene to scene. Well, here in the introduction to the book of Acts, we get this marvelous, detailed dates related to the book of Acts. Simply amazing, simply grand, and something you would want to pay close attention to, because you'll learn something from these date charts in each book that you might not find referenced in any other study Bible, because they were trying to do so much to draw you into the text. And then when it came to the paper platform, they had to basically just cut it back a little bit, because you can't put everything in that they have in the volume. Here's dates related to the Thessalonians. And what I like about the date background thing is that they're not all the same background color. There's variety. It's appealing to the eyes as you move through. And just simply really good. There's a concordance in the back. And I have to say, there's two more things I want to mention. This is the NIV Faithlife Study Bible. I don't think there's a KJV one. I don't think there's a New American Standard Bible one. I don't think there's a CSB Faithlife Study Bible. But if you have this digitally, you can switch between versions and have the Faithlife Study Bible notes go with your King James or your New American Standard or your Net Bible or your Christian Standard Bible. And that's the power of digital Bible study. But this beautiful Faithlife Study Bible has maps. And they're really nice. And it's beautiful colors and maps. Thanks for watching Bible on the Go with Dr. Dan and our review of the NIV, the one and only NIV Faithlife Study Bible, available first in digital and now in print. If you like these videos, the best thing you can do is to hit that red button called subscribe. You only have to do it once, and it doesn't cost a single thing. Maps!